Reincarnation plus romance? That's basically anime's cheat code for making us binge 12 episodes at 3 in the morning. Today we're counting down 12 reincarnation romance anime that are so addictive, your sleep schedule doesn't survive. Kicking things off at number 12, we've got In the Land of Leadale. This one screams cozy isekai energy, until you realize the main girl literally wakes up in a VR MMO after dying in the real world. Nothing says reincarnation romance like, congratulations, you're now the NPC queen of an abandoned MMO. Honestly, Leadale is like Sword Art Online's introverted cousin who just wants to drink tea and casually adopt kids. Now, is the romance strong here? It's more of a soft background flavour than a main dish, but that's okay. Watching Kana figure out her new world, roast clueless NPCs, and somehow parent half the cast is half the fun. It's addictive because it's comfort food anime. Think warm blanket, low-stakes fantasy drama, and just enough romance to make you blush before you realise, wait, she's basically everyone's mom now. This is Emma's Anime. Watch this video to the end and hit that subscribe button now. Sliding to number 11, The Executioner and Her Way of Life, also known as What If the Reincarnation Romance Anime Was Actually Trying to Assassinate You? Yeah! This one flips isekai tropes on their heads and then stomps on them. The main girl, Menu, looks like your classic isekai guide at first, until she stabs the so-called chosen hero in the first episode. Absolute savage. Then, instead of your usual male lead, this show builds a romance subplot between Menu and the girl she's supposed to kill, Akari. Talk about complicated relationships. Netflix dating shows have nothing on this. It's addictive because it mixes Yuri tension, their dark fantasy world building, and some jaw-dropping fights. My only roast? Sometimes it gets so edgy it feels like it's too hard to be different. But still, give me Assassin Girl meets Doomed Lover vibes over another I got hit by a truck and now I'm overpowered. Any day. Kicking off with number 10, Final Fantasy Unlimited. Look, I know some of you already rolled your eyes. Yes, this anime is messy. Yes, the story sometimes feels like it got patched together during a caffeine crash. But hear me out. It's Final Fantasy with reincarnation romance undertones, and that alone makes it weirdly bingeable. The show follows twins searching for their lost parents, but the reincarnation twist pops in through characters constantly being reborn, reshaped, or resummoned. And let's not ignore the awkward but oddly charming romantic beats sprinkled in like bonus DLC. Is it perfect? Nope. The pacing is as chaotic as a chocobo on espresso, but it's one of those anime where the sheer aesthetic, the monsters, the surreal worlds, the fantasy mood, pulls you back in. It's the anime equivalent of fast food, not gourmet, but you crave it anyway, especially if you're a Final Fantasy nerd like me. Sliding to number 9, Haruka Beyond the Stream of Time. Okay, Otome game fans, this one's for you. Our heroine gets transported to another world, classic, and suddenly she's surrounded by 8 ridiculously handsome guardians who die for her. Romance? Oh, it's there. Drama? Buckle up. This series gives off strong Fushigi Yugi vibes, historical fantasy, reverse harem dynamics, and enough reincarnation lore to make your head spin. Every guardian has a tragic backstory, and every other scene is basically a pick your husbando moment. Now, I'll be honest, the pacing sometimes drags, and the heroine occasionally feels like she's allergic to common sense. But if you like your reincarnation romance served with a side of melodrama, beautiful bishonen, and ancient Japan aesthetic, this is your fix. Watching this feels like diving into a dating sim where everyone's way too intense, but you're secretly living for the drama. Landing on number 8, Toward the Terror. Now this one is criminally underrated. It's more sci-fi than your typical reincarnation romance, but oh man, when the themes hit, they hit hard. The story is about humanity's future, psychic powers, and this whole cycle of reincarnation as people fight for survival across generations. And yes, it sneaks in romance amid all the space opera chaos. If you're into emotional storytelling with reincarnation vibes that actually mean something, this anime is going to grab your heart and stomp on it. The addictive part? It balances brainy, philosophical sci-fi with very human relationships. You're watching characters struggle with destiny, love, and the question of whether humanity even deserves another shot. But don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. There are swoon-worthy moments and tragic pairings that'll stick in your head for weeks. Basically, This is the reincarnation romance for fans who want to cry and think at the same time. Looking at number 7, Shonen Onmyoji. Oh boy, this is peak reincarnation romance wrapped in exorcist drama. We follow Masahiro, the grandson of the legendary Onmyoji Abe no Seimei, as he tries to live up to the family name while fighting demons. But let's talk romance. Masahiro and Mokun's bond, chef-level slow burn. And then there's the reincarnation angle, where spiritual legacies and past lives keep mixing into the love story. It's one of those shows where the supernatural action is fun, but the emotional connection between characters is what makes you addicted. Yeah, it's got some mid-2000s animation quirks, and yes, you'll sometimes squint like, did they just reuse that scene 5 times? But the story has heart. If you like your reincarnation stories drenched in Heian-era mysticism and spiced with a surprisingly tender romance, this one's worth every binge session. Coming in at number 6, Strange Dawn. This one's like if Studio Ghibli went on a dark vacation. 2 girls are transported to another world where tiny people worship them as goddesses. Sounds fun, right? Wrong. The reincarnation element here is subtle, wrapped in the way destinies collide and characters evolve. Romance, it's bittersweet at best, but the emotional undercurrents between characters give it this quiet, heartbreaking charm. Now let's be real, this anime is not for everyone. It's slow, melancholic, and doesn't give you easy payoffs, but that's also why it's so addictive. It traps you with this eerie atmosphere where you need to know how it ends, even if your heart's breaking. Think less power fantasy isekai and more what if reincarnation romance was painted in grey instead of neon. It's an experience. Halfway at number 5, Mirage of Blaze, reincarnation romance, but make it complicated. We're talking feudal warlords reborn in modern times, still tangled up in grudges, betrayals, and forbidden love. That's basically the elevator pitch. The main pairing, Naoe and Kagetora, is the definition of messy but addictive. Their romance stretches across lifetimes, fueled by both love and bitterness. It's angsty, it's dramatic, and it'll have you yelling at the screen like, just talk to each other already! Critics say it's confusing, and yeah, sometimes it feels like you need a spreadsheet to track everyone's past lives. But when the emotional beats land, they hit like a truck. Pun fully intended. If you like reincarnation romance that's equal parts supernatural drama and toxic relationship energy, this anime is going to eat your weekend alive. Sliding into number 4, Makayoji Devils and Realist. Okay, let's be honest, this anime is basically hot demons fight over one clueless rich boy. But the reincarnation romance angle? That's the real kicker. William, our main guy, finds out he's the reincarnation of Solomon, the legendary king who once made contracts with demons. Suddenly, every gorgeous demon in the underworld is knocking on his door like it's a supernatural dating app. Romance? It's dripping with it. Whether you ship him with demons, angels, or just his own dignity slowly collapsing. The addictive charm is the mix of comedy and gothic drama. One second you're laughing at William being broke, the next you're swooning at a demon swearing eternal loyalty. Sure, it leans heavy on fan service and doesn't always dive deep into its lore, but honestly, sometimes all you need is reincarnated kings, dramatic demon boyfriends, and ridiculous amounts of angst. Looking at number 3, Sengoku Nightblood. This is where reincarnation romance meets historical vampire werewolf warlords. Yes, you heard that right. It's like the writers took every idea from a fanfiction forum and said, yep, anime time. The heroine gets transported into an alternate Sengoku era where every famous general is either a vampire or a werewolf. And they're all hot. The reincarnation romance twist? Her blood awakens their hidden powers and ties her to their fates. Translation, girl shows up, suddenly everyone's thirsty, literally. Is it peak literature? Absolutely not. Is it addictive? Oh, 100%. It's basically historical reverse harem chaos with bite marks. The romance is dramatic, the drama is messy, and it's the kind of anime you roast while secretly enjoying every second. Think Twilight, but with samurai and way better hair. Sliding into number 2, The Vision of Escaflowne. This anime is legendary. It's got reincarnation themes, mecha battles, fantasy kingdoms, and one of the most iconic love stories of the 90s. Hitomi, our heroine, finds herself in another world, caught between destiny, politics, and her growing bond with Van. The reincarnation romance here isn't just about past lives, but about fated connections that feel bigger than time. And the way it blends giant robots with heartfelt romance? Iconic. Yeah, the pacing's a little wild. It tries to juggle like 5 genres at once, but that's also why it's unforgettable. You'll laugh, cry, and probably rewatch it just to soak in the nostalgia. Escaflown is proof that reincarnation romance can be epic, heartbreaking, and surprisingly philosophical, all while still delivering a love story that sticks with you decades later. Finally, at number 1, Hakkenden, 8 Dogs of the East. Now, this is reincarnation romance done with flair. Based on Japanese legend, it follows life characters who are literally reincarnations of spiritual dogs bound by destiny. Sounds weird? Yeah. Is it awesome? Definitely. The main duo, Shino and Sosuke, have a bond that straddles friendship, brotherhood, and yes, romantic undertones that fans still debate today. Their connection across past and present lives is emotional glue holding the show together. Add in gothic aesthetics, cursed swords, and supernatural drama, and you've got a series that's impossible to drop. It's addictive because it's layered. You've got reincarnation lore, slow burn relationships, and enough mysteries to keep you hooked. Sure, sometimes it gets melodramatic, but that's part of the charm. This is the kind of anime where the romance and reincarnation themes actually feel meaningful, not just slapped on, and that's why it takes the crown here. And that's our list of the top 12 addictive reincarnation romance anime you absolutely need to binge. Which one made you lose the most sleep? Drop your favourite in the comments. I love hearing your takes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with your anime squad. Until next time, happy watching and sweeter dreams.